All right, guys, we are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on into the earnings stream. You've got me. You got to put up with me, but you know who else you get? You get Joe. What's up, baby?
Hey, how's it going, Steve?
Oh, big chillin'. Yeah, we were just
What a
talking
day
off
today.
stream. It's good vibes. It's good vibes. We're feeling it. Everything is firing on all cylinders over at Trade the Pool. Happy to be part of the team and happy to be a part of the stocks I am a part of. So, but I had a good day, so I'm feeling good. We got some interesting earning stocks to talk about here today, guys. We got HIMS, we got Kratos, we got FANG, we got BWXT, and I know some of those names you might not be familiar with, but they got implications on the markets, and we're going to talk about them. Hey, Tyler, good to see you back, man. All right, so Joe, what's your top watch for today?
Yeah, so hymns, watching hymns.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be one. I think they report what 405.
405.
So
Yep.
we will see what they have to do.
All right, and we have Kratos coming out just now. They are down. Kratos is down about 10% here,
Oof.
$5 for now. Joe, let me know if you get numbers for those guys. And I'm going to be watching. This is a wide spread. We might see shake and bake. We might see mean reversion. I'm going to go to an hourly chart to get us some reference points here. In general, this is a high flyer. It's back testing a potential breakout in the context of being a drone defense name in a time where we need some drones. We need some defense. So in general, going to be high expectations, especially with such a pretty chart. Maybe they miss slightly. Maybe they're getting a little bit of a beat down and recover.
Yep,
Maybe
we just got the numbers on them as
Mhm.
well. A double beat there.
Okay.
Revenue. 327.7 million, estimated 345.1 million came in, so a beat of 5%, 5.3%. EPS estimate of 13 cents came in at 18 cents, so that
Okay.
was 38%,
Okay.
38.5% beat.
So I'd say relatively modest beat, probably. I guess the street wanted a little bit more, but where we're at really is just kind of retesting this previous pivot. Oh, well, now we might be breaking down here. So I'm going to pull up my other charts here to get you some more levels. Bear with me there. I'll do that off
Yep,
screen.
yep. Him's reporting at 405
Yeah, we got
again,
a
and
few
then
minutes there.
WXT still coming in,
Yeah,
waiting for that one.
BWXT,
Well,
it's a very interesting place. That is a spinoff of I'm forgetting the name. It's a very old coal company. They did coal power plants. They used to be $150 stock. They got created all the way to a penny stock damn near. And then they spun off their nuclear division, BWXT, and it was an absolute banger of a move. And we will pull that chart up in just a sec. I'm waiting for my other chart here to load so I can get you some levels. There we go. All right, so gonna pull this up over here for you. Kratos on the daily, you can say this is what we were looking for. We were looking for this downtrend line to break out, back test into earnings and catch. We got a nice candle today, a nice hammer candle under the rising 50, a great place for a little oops reversal fake out before a big move up. Not what we're seeing so far. What we're seeing so far is a little bit of an airing out, but nothing major. So we're still holding this previous range. And according to my system, let's double check next period pivots. This is just a rough average move for the stock. Really nothing to worry about as long as this 90 level can retain, and really nothing to majorly worry about unless it loses this weekly trigger down at $85. So I might be considering a little bit of a nibble if we do get down to the 85 handle, but I don't know if we do. Um, so the other reason I wanted to keep an eye on this is because it has, I would figure it has some implications on ONDS as well, another drone company. They are in slightly different sectors. So Kratos is going to handle, they outfit like RTX Sidewinder type missiles with, making them turn into like autonomous drones. They do a lot of jets that are operating, in very high atmospheres as opposed to ONDS, which is more like low level, defense, security, um, information gathering, that kind of thing. So interesting. It's a good kind of build a basket with both if you believe in this sector. But so far, it looks like not too many implications here for ONDS. No big move off of those numbers.
hmm
All
And
right.
FANG just came out. They reported at 401, so it
Okay.
looks like they are a beat on revenue.
Okay.
3.2 billion estimate. 3.38 billion came in at 5% increase. EPS was $1.95 estimate, came in at $1.74, negative 10%. So it looks like that took a nice little dip there.
And I'm wondering if this gets bought up in the next day or two, because it's just coming back to this little kind of breakout from like 4 days ago. So we could see that. We'll see. We'll see how willing the market is to bid up maybe a little subpar earnings on a sector that's really hot. So HIMS is starting to shake and bake here. I want to keep an eye on this one because it's about to release any
Yep.
minute, Joe. Let's get our fingers on the trigger. I'm pulling up a daily chart. So big time frame levels here. Area of interest is going to be the 17 handle. That's the first stop bulls need to make, but it's looking like bears are hammering this one so far. So we can just keep dropping. This is not a place that you want to be in. Let's watch that 15. We've got some shake and bake. The bulls are trying to hold 16 and they dip back to 1450. Now we're seeing some wild candles here. Let's watch this initial range break. If it can get out the top to 16, it probably shoots to 17. See if we can negotiate sellers there. But right now, still hammering down. So it's looking very bearish. Still lost the 15 buyers. Where can we look for buyers? I'm going to pull up the other chart because we need some price history for this. So we've still got our HIMS candle right there. We're pulling up a weekly chart on HIMS in the white box. So we are through the 50% fib. That was at 20. We are just hammering down even further. 1450 currently trying to find the buyers and reclaim that 15 like I mentioned. But it looks like, did we sweep that previous low? Let's find out. Previous low from September 24 was 1350. We did hold that. Yeah, that might be an area that wants to get retested. But man, Joe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have numbers for this guy yet?
Yes. For HIMS, nope.
Yeah,
I don't have numbers yet.
Couldn't find him while I was rambling there, so I just kept talking,
Yeah.
hoping that we'd bridge the gap. But no, we're still waiting, and that
Yep,
15
still waiting.
handle still treading water. So we will keep an eye on that. That's interesting that it's. I mean, so we know this thing's a dog. We know market wants to beat it any chance it can, and I got a chance there. It seems whether it's just a little pre-earnings jitters or not, we will. That remains to be determined. But the shorts are still here. The other side of that equation is if the numbers are good, these new shorts could get slammed out the top. So interesting
Mhm.
setup. We were seeing compression, big compression on this name. This is not a name that trades in a wow, even those tiny candles are 5%. Okay, but relatively speaking, this thing likes to move big in a day. And lots of tight ranges here. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road, specifically this 15 pivot.
This one's a good trader.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't buy it when I buy it because I'm cursed. Every time I buy it, there's a horrible headline and it just gets blasted.
Yeah.
Gotten stopped out of this guy twice. So Fang trying to find bottoming off that 165 handle. That's probably fair value for this thing. If the earnings weren't that bad, we'll have to see the guide, but seems probably like a good place to be still. Last I checked, they were a relatively well-run company and lots of exposure to the Permian Basin. HIMS working its way back up to the neckline, and I still don't have numbers. So let me check
Yeah,
my
that's a
Twitter
nice
too,
little
see if
bounce.
I'm missing something.
HIMS just came in at
Okay.
618.03 million estimated, 617.82 it came in at, so that's a negative 0.3 of a percent. EPS was 3% estimate, and it came in at 8 cents. 3-cent estimate, 8 cents was reported, 166.6 EPS percent.
All right. Sorry, could you just say the percent beat there?
Yeah, so the percent beat was 166.6%.
I was just making sure I heard you right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are out of the top here. Market was expecting the apocalypse. I did not get it. Watch for this thing to pop to 17. Now we've got a game on our hands.
Yeah, I
Now
like
we've got a
this.
ball game. Okay, so I want to go to the hourly and I want to just look at what's going on the left side. So we had this pre-market spike all the way up to 1750. And like I said, on the daily, that represents that falling the falling 9 moving average. So this thing's definitely oversold. And the question is this enough to turn the tides? Bulls try to take it out the top. They're still holding that 16 line. This is a fun one. This is a powder keg.
Yeah.
And we are seeing NVO just a tiny bit of relief there at the end. Probably not even to do with this, but just wondering if that thing might stop bleeding if there's some good news on the sector as a whole. But not a straightforward sector to play these GLP names, right? It's historically the correct move was just Sure, you could make a lot of money playing hymns, but you better be out fast and you better be dumping that money into Lily, because this is the name that I think is the one that's gonna be standing after this sector gets bottomed out, which it kind of did. Um, Joe, do you ever play any of these GLP names?
I haven't.
Hmm.
You know me, I'm usually in the small cap space, like I
That's a
said.
good place to be.
So
Well, hey,
I
a
gotta
lot of
get
these are gonna be we're gonna be sending them down
into more of
on some of
these.
these down to your neck of the woods pretty soon here at this rate.
Yeah.
If HIMS can't catch a bid, if Novo Nordisk here can't catch one. What was the other one? We had HIMS, Novo, Lily's the big one, and I feel like I'm forgetting one. Oh well, it'll come to me. Kratos, how are we looking? We are back up over the 90 handle. So I like to see this. It's just a retest this prior kind of low base, and it's holding. So I think this is good for Kratos. I think this one recovers, and it may look to kind of, once earnings is out of the way here, start creepy crawl. What am I trying to say? Creepy crawly up the wally, up this right
Yeah.
side on the daily to get to new all-time highs. The other way you could look at it is, hey, maybe this move is done and this is forming a right shoulder. This was a little right shoulder. It's a possibility, but we don't know that until we lose that 85, which is still holding
Yep.
pretty darn well.
We still got an uptrend on that on that Kratos.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a really high quality name. This is one that guts me because I was such a bull. Back when I was more of a fundamentals trader, I got so bulled up on Kratos. It was trading around $27 then. I took it to like 35 and felt very good about myself. Looking back,
Yeah.
not so good. And it really shows that if you believe in a narrative and price is working, don't sell. Don't sell.
Mhm.
Trim some and just have. I will literally what I do so I don't get shaken out is I trim and I immediately put the limit order for that trim back at a key moving average. So if it dips back, I'm back in and I just shaved like 2% off my cost basis. And do that a few times, and all of a sudden you can't lose. You
Yeah.
won't lose. So BWXT looks like we did get earnings. Looks like it is up. Let me know if you see those numbers. I'm refreshing as well, but that's a big jump in the spread. No
Yep.
actual prints yet, so we don't know where
And
it's
I've
going to settle.
got numbers there for BWXT. Is that correct,
Mhm. Yes, it
Steve?
is.
Yep. So revenue 834.18 million. Estimate came in at 885.84 million. So that it was a beat of 6.19%. EPS was estimated at 89 cents and it came in at a dollar 8 cents. So up 21.35%.
All right. All right, not too shabby. So 208, that's the previous pre-market high from a day or two ago. That was just tested. Bid came back a little bit. Looks like we're testing the to this morning's highs. If this is constructive, I'm seeing potential for this one to really rip because this has got this nice cup and it's a sloppy handle. Don't get me wrong. So if this broke down, wouldn't shock me. But the way that uranium stocks are kind of trending, they kind of seem like they want to go back up. And I could just see the potential of this being kind of a little. I mean, like when you just ignore this candle, it's looking
Hmm.
pretty okay.
Yeah, you still got that
Pretty-
channel that
Mhm.
can break.
And man, the potential for these could be wild. Not saying we get it, but this is a name that went from we can't see the price extra. This was a $10 name, I believe. It was a very low. It's like a maybe $20 name. It's a 100 or 10 bagger essentially in shares. If this thing just keeps on going, we could see 233 before it even makes a decision, and this thing could be headed to 300, 275, 250, something like that. So I still like this one. And just to put the other one on your radar, this one's going to be a harder trade, I think. BW. So this is the core company that they spun BWXT off from, Babcock and Wilson, I believe, something like that. This one, I'm interested in getting back in. I took this one off the 9-day here at 920 ish or 950 ish, sold some at 11, stopped out of some at whatever this was. I guess basically breaky, a little bit of a loss. And it's just been chopping and bopping, but I'm waiting for it to form some solid structure and maybe this will kind of help it. So I'm keeping this one on my watch list. This one is very cool. They do vertically integrated. They basically got a bunch of contracts to take a bunch of old coal plants and turn them into nuclear facilities. So it's a growth play. It's not a right now thing, but they're a very well established company. They have 150 years
Nice.
track record. Oh, and there's a nice candle print up at
Yeah, there
216
we
so
go.
far. All right. And by the way, HIMS, I'm just watching this. Is this seller going to win here at 1575 to 616, or is he going to get overpowered? It looks like he might be getting cooked, but gotta watch these wicks there. So a little bit of interesting shake and bake here.
Yeah,
What
holding
else is
holding
coming?
the close.
I'm going to go through some
Up there,
smaller.
Hims.
Okay, Keys, big beat on Keys. This Keysight Technologies. I believe they're fintech. Got to double check on that. But strong beat there. It looks like a $40 move up there on a $250 stock. That's no joke. So Keys, yeah, looks like double beat there. Surprise, 9% beat on earnings. Don't see revenue numbers yet. So not bad there. Fintech needs any help it can get, to be completely honest. So moving on down the list, we have OKE. Right now, they're reporting. This is another, I believe they are, I think they're midstream oil, but they might be, they might not be. I'll double check on that. But they are high quality. I know that. And monthly chart here, looking really pretty. So this one could really rip as long as it holds over its ribbon of 80. So a bit extended on the monthly. Or on the daily, sorry. Yeah. But not too bad. So we'll keep an eye on this. I don't have numbers yet. Anything else popping up for you? It's worth talking about.
Not right now. I don't have another. I'm trying to pull up some other stocks that were reporting today,
No worries.
and I lost my list.
It happens. So BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond,
There
is
it is.
apparently reporting. I didn't even know this was still around. There's still a thing. We're still
I
doing Bed
know.
Bath and Beyond. When's
Bed
the last time you
Bath
heard
&
that ticker,
Beyond.
Joe?
Oh my god.
It's been a while.
I remember used to going there all the time though. I loved going to that store.
Yeah, great,
But
fun store. Yeah, good deals.
you know, and then that movie with Adam Sandler. It's actually a pretty. You ever see that?
No,
Um,
he has a Bed Bath and Beyond movie.
yeah, yeah. And he like goes back in time and realizes his life and all this other good stuff. But it was a pretty good
Sorry,
movie
how
if I
does Bed
remember. I
Bath and
can't
Beyond
remember
fit
what
into this?
I forget how I think he goes in there and he buys a I don't know,
Oh
like
wait, is this
falls
Click?
asleep. Click. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. He
this one's
buys
great.
a
I
remote.
totally forgot. That was Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great Adam Sandler movie too. All right. I'm sorry, Joe. I was acting like you're crazy. I'm the crazy one. So Bed Bath and Beyond, I'm shocked that this is a thing. I'm shocked that this has actually had price action and gone up for a while. Um, so I'm learning something. I'm sure there's been a billion splits or dilutions or something. But hey, maybe they're finding a floor because here's their revenue. Let's see, 273.5 million. Looks like estimate was 265 million, so a little beat there. 30% surprise beat on earnings, although they did report negative 16 cents per share. So interesting there. I guess expectations were quite low. BWXT, by the way, looking very nice. Just finding price acceptance over this range high. I'm liking this for a push to the 220, and that's the real test there.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a real quick shout out to those guys in chat for being here with us. Mike D. Ryder and
Hey,
Tyler Smith. I know you shouted out to him before. Talk. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate you.
absolutely. Yeah, Mike, it was great to kick it with you in Josh and
Yeah,
Kevin's stream on Friday, and Joe too. That was a good time. I'm gonna be back there next week, I think.
that was a
So
heck of a good time.
yeah, so guys, don't miss out. If you want some FaceTime with yours truly and a whole bunch of other great traders and great guys, come on in to Josh. And I think next week it's gonna be on Kevin's stream. So they
Yeah,
alternate.
that's what I
Yeah.
understood. So
Yeah,
that would
it's a
be
good
pretty
it's a
cool.
good spot. So you guys know how it is. You shut the charts down on Friday, you go grab a beer,
Yeah,
you relax or whatever, but you know what? Something draws you back in just when I thought I was out. Pull me back in. If you want somewhere to talk stocks on a Friday night, whether you need support for some bad trades, whether you want to celebrate some good trades, whether you just want to hang out, good place to be. Good place to be.
yeah.
Come on, hang out with us. Um, yeah, it was really, really good time. Talk. When are you gonna show up? Did I just miss you? Were we ships in the night last week? Or you're probably a family man. You got stuff to do on a Friday night. But if you ever don't, come on and hang out with us.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, that
else?
was pretty cool because, everybody pitched in, everybody gives their story, and shared uh commentary across each other's struggles and, the good things, the bad things. It's like
everything
a
in between,
great mindset session for everybody just to relax.
Dude, I was like, so Joe, I'm like, you know me, I'm chronically that classic Aries energy. I just keep starting things and I don't finish them, So I'm like, I got so many plates spinning, and on the weekend, it's always like I should be like, oh, I'm relaxed. I'm like, no, now it's time. I got to get everything done. I have 2 days.
Hmm.
I hit this weekend just feet to the ground running. I think a lot of it had to do with that mindset framing on a Friday night. I wasn't trying to forget the market. I wasn't slamming beers and playing video games. I was in the pocket. I was doing the work early, being ready, and that's what everybody there was doing, prepping for the next week. And
Yeah,
if you can do that while keeping your cortisol low, while just chilling, while having a good time, I'm
absolutely.
in, baby. I'm in, baby.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. Hey,
So
you did better than I did. I can't. I came from the bar after having like 5 pounds of perch and
you had
not
perch
5 pounds,
belly. That's
but
that's
man, I had the best perch dinner. Oh, geez, oh, Pete's.
that sounds so
Uh,
good. Oh,
so I
some good
was
fish.
I was all fat that night and
I
feeling good.
love it. Florida Joe. That's a Florida fish, right? Perch.
Yeah, it's actually up in Ohio. It's Great Lakes,
Oh,
Great Lakes fish, and then
okay.
but no man, the this one establishment we got down here, it's like a small little bar, but they just do these huge portions, and so it was pretty good. No, it was 5 pieces, five
He said
large
5 pounds.
pieces
Joe,
of
you're more
perch.
perch than man at that point.
Oh yeah, hey, give me 5 pounds, I'll eat that too.
Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. Let's see. Going on through the calendar. What do we got? It's not a big earnings day. We got
Yeah,
some decent ones here, some decent moves. I think most of these are small cap enough, under the radar enough that they're probably not going to move too big after hours here. It's not any mega caps with big volume coming in. We got a few more to talk about though. Got Everquote. Everquote.
Keys still pushing there,
Keys still pushing? Yeah, let's keep an eye on Keys.
real good.
And I'm just keep
Ever
this HIMS up and it's just pinned. I think market makers might have won this one. Let's see. Keys still cooking nicely, digesting that 280. We'll see if it can pop back up and tag the 290 and push onto the 300. Everquote looks like it is a beat on earnings. We had let's see, 340% beat. So they reported 154 per share compared to the 35 cent per share estimate there. Yet they are getting pounded here, down from 1550 to 1370. So I think this is in the car, something car related, something used car related. So this one's definitely getting caught in the undertow of the Carvana washout, and I think there's a lack of faith in this industry right now. I'm not seeing a reason to be involved with these, especially when you see other areas of consumer debt affected stocks getting kind of pounded, like Upstart and Talk. By the way, we got to give flowers to Talk here because he was all over this, and I said, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's looking kind of I can't short that. What if it does the thing and goes way back? But he was dead on. He was dead on. It was stalling. This was distribution, not accumulation. I'll say I misread it. To me, it was a no touching. I couldn't read it, but he read it all right. Beautiful, beautiful short. And you could see if I kept it on my radar, it gave me chances. If I missed this, wait for the 21 day. That's a beautiful short there too. There's chances. There's always chances if you keep them on your screen. Good look there. Meanwhile, let's see. Oh, UCTT reported. So these guys they are in the semiconductor kind of supply chain industry. So they're going to be, I believe, testing chips similar to Air. They definitely move very similarly to Air, AEHR. That's a great company too. On a daily chart, these guys have had quite a run, and they were looking to continue their breakout. I think they just needed to get bopped back into this support, and we probably need to chop a bit more, maybe wash out a little more, maybe retest this 50 before we make a decision here. On a higher time frame, this thing had been on an absolute tear. Beautiful. So shout out Jay Arlington, by the way. He was all over this one. I think this one goes much higher by the look of this, by the way. So a back test of this 50 would be nice, but it could just hang out here and push higher. But yeah, shout out Jay Arlington. Amazing dude, very good friend of mine. And he has a great Twitch stream during the mid-afternoon. So maybe check him out every once in a while too when you're not busy with us at Trade the Pool.
Yeah, Jay's
But,
pretty cool.
you know Jay.
I
Awesome.
I've been in with some of his streams, and really, yeah, really like what he has to say. I mean, he just
Awesome.
has a great insight and entertaining.
Yes, very entertaining. He's a very good friend at this point. I've known him probably going on 6 years. We game every weekend. He's
Oh,
a
that's
real
cool.
good guy. So definitely, yeah. If you're looking for more servers, check out his server as well. It's called NRP2. You can find it. Just reach out to him on his Twitch or on his Twitter. He'll get you set up. It's really really good people in there too. That's where you can find me. Um, can I say shit posting here? That's where you can find
Hey,
me
of course you can.
doing that when I'm not all serious market mode. So UCT, amazing chart, very strong. We got the sweep this week of the 55 or 5650 middle area. So to me, this looks like it's pushing on up. Just got to wait for it to stabilize post earnings. Maybe you catch a nice dip off of a moving average on the weekly. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like the 48 to 50. I'd like the 50. I don't know if we get it though. Might hang out at 55. So I'll keep an eye on both of those levels for potential continuation because these guys can keep on going and going and going because they're in the same sector as boom, Teradyne. This was one of my best plays past year, getting in at 95-ish. Very similar to AMKR, the other one I played from 23. And then I missed this one. I did call it out, but I didn't play it because I had the other two. Click, absolutely explosive. We called that at 44. 43, 44 in this. So absolutely explosive. When these themes work, man, you just got to tap in and just keep on riding them. Crazy, crazy moves. Whew. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with all these tabs here. We got talking. Oh, VKTX. That was the one I was forgetting. VKTX got a pop and HIMS didn't. So I'll have to dive into the deets of that one. Maybe we have a few minutes here and I'll be able to. And glean a little more insight from that HIMS and see why we're seeing some movement in the sector. Some areas, but not others. VKTX, what? That's a pop for ants talk. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not seeing it. But VKTX on the daily is kind of interesting.
Yeah, VKTX. I remember trading that one.
I remember getting
A lot of
washed the heck out on this one. This one was gnarly, dude. This one gave me this one. I was trading this in here in the 60s. I was buying it under 60, feeling super smart. And I tranched out like once at 70, and I'm like, all right, you've secured your cushion. Now you wait for the real move when this giant high and tight flag breaks out, tests at 123, and then continues to 150. And I was seeing all of these furthest strike out, far out of the money leaps, just getting hammered, 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 hammered. From 50 to 60 to 70, they were hammering those things. And then the acquisition plan or play kind of fell apart. And holy moly, the unwind was wild there. I got stopped out at 60, and this thing just shot down to 25. So yeah, these ones, they're scary. You got to really be ready to have a contingency plan. The VKTX, the HIMS was another example of just total bull destruction up here, and I got washed on that. So now we are seeing HIMS beating on their investors a little more here. They could not break the 16, and now bulls have the ball in their court again. They're going to try to make a run, push down to new lows. We'll see how far they get, or if they post a higher low that bulls can try to push off. I think I said bulls have it in their bears have it in control. Sorry. What's the difference?
Yeah. See Mike there saying he uses a spear to fish.
Whoa, that's dope.
Man, that's like 100% primal.
Awesome.
I'm not too big on fishing. I'll eat it. I wouldn't mind being that way, but
Joseph, catch it for me. Then we'll talk.
I don't know. I can make tons of pasta. I'm good at making pasta. I'll say that.
If you were bad at making pasta, would it be fair to call you on impasta?
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It's
Jesus.
been a long day
Okay.
already.
Don't make me do the sign of the cross and on live
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Well, just don't hit me with the silver bullet because my whole port is all silver. So I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. Okay, guys. I got to get back on the rails here. What else do we got? BHF, Bright House
Joe's my
Financial. I've
water.
never heard of this. So this is just like the procession of tickers I've never heard of or traded. BHF. I don't think that Bright House Financial is going to have big implications on the market, but it is just worth noting that financials are getting kind of beat up, and you gotta wonder, is this the start of something new? Generally, you don't want to be in the part of the economic cycle where your financials are falling off a cliff. It's a little bit worrisome. Generally, financials lead in terms of cyclical market structure, market cycles, however you would say. And I am a little bit spooked. I'm a little bit spooketh here looking at this chart. How do you feel, Joe?
Yeah, financials. Jane was talking about the financials, right? With this, uh, with the banks. God, she ran a report for us and put
Oh,
it out
shoot.
there. It was
I
the
missed
bank
that.
stress test, I think it was.
Oh, I did see that link. I
Um,
didn't click it though. I gotta go back. Oh, what was the gist?
yeah, I'm trying to pull it up here, and
Well, let me know
dark
when you got it. I'll ramble until then. How about
yeah,
that?
dark readers like making it so nice.
What's making it so nice?
No, dark reader where it turns off your screens, to the dark mode.
Oh,
Sometimes that thing doesn't work very well. I mean, it works pretty good. It's a nice little extension for.
see, I've gone full circle. I am back to being a boomer using white charts,
Are
burning
you?
out my retinas at 6 in the morning and five in
Oh
the,
man,
4 in the at night, 4 in the morning,
let me tell
all
you,
hours of the
Steve,
day.
about burning out your retina.
Well,
Don't
yeah, I'm gonna end
don't.
up like you, brother. And I
Hey,
yeah,
uh,
this is a war. It's a come to Jesus moment, I suppose. But I don't know. Maybe it just
got
wakes me up
proof
more.
right here. You need anything else?
Oh goodness, oh goodness. Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm
I don't
just
know.
kidding.
I like the cleanness of it. There's something just
Mhm.
about a crisp white chart. Not that one with all that stuff.
Yeah,
Just it's pretty. It's clean.
yeah.
I just want to be clean. I just want to be pure. Something I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'll stop rambling. I need some price action to happen on these charts because I'm getting sleepy. So going on down, I'm digging through the bottom of the barrel here. Apple Hospitality REIT. Let's see if we can glean anything from some of these small ones. How many people do you think bought this one thinking they were buying Big Apple?
Let's see.
And they check their port a decade later.
Yeah, I
Thinking I
gotta go.
should be up a lot more than this. How is Apple trading at 12 bucks? So real estate is interesting. REITs, they are showing relative strength, and I'm wondering if this keeps on going. What's the ticker? XLRE? Yeah, it's a pretty chart.
Yep.
Pretty chart. I'd like to see a little pullback into this big weekly imbalance we have right here. Then you have the moving average coming up. Maybe it aligns with this previous horizontal pivot. It's a nice area of interest. So yeah, we got to watch the REITs. Got to see what they're doing, and I'm just still trying to wrap my head around this sector rotation. And we're seeing such interesting stuff where the thing that's been holding up the market forever and was like the only thing that needed to be working for the market to go up, all of a sudden it's not participating. But meanwhile, other big areas of the market that have been dormant for 5 years, they're starting to get involved. So I'm reading it as bullish, but it's going to be tricky. You know, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking. Best REIT so far, EQIX. Check it out. I don't know what to do about REITs. I guess I should be taking a position somewhere. If it flags out a little tighter the next week or two. Oh, no way am I no way am I spending $1,000 per share on a REIT.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. This one was one that I think Todd mentioned a couple
I
weeks
could
ago.
yeah, I mean it
Yeah.
looks really I could do partials. I just I do not want to allocate enough of like 1,000 makes it really hard to scale in and out with any kind of meaningful or non-negligible position. For me at least, I'm not a big
Yeah.
baller like Talk yet, so we're gonna keep it on. My biggest Talk. You'd be proud of me. I'm still in GEV, holding holding anything over like 200, 300 in share size always sketches me out a little because I don't have the same granularity in terms of scaling in and out. I know I can do partials, but I have OCD. I don't like partial shares. Oh man. So yeah, be proud. I held this one. This one's working great. Love me some GV. Yeah. All right. What else we got? Summit Therapeutics. Summit Therapeutics. They are. Oh no, they don't even have a release time. Okay. How about PRIM? Primoris Services Corporation. So services, are they going to be getting beat on by the AI trade? No, they're very strong. I got to see what this company does. Looks like they got taken to the cleaners a little bit here after hours, down trading at 152-ish. That is the rising 9 weekly moving average there. Yeah, that's a nothing stock. It looked like it wanted to go higher. Coming back, maybe I watch it here, and if it catches, it can keep going, but it doesn't really fit my risk profile being that elevated. Good to see something with services in its name, not in the trash can, though. Okay, talks like a GEHC. So is that their healthcare spinoff, I believe? Yeah, healthcare technologies, no less. This is beautiful. Maybe we just do the monopoly port and just buy all of the GE subsidiaries. So GE is a very interesting case study in price action, especially price memory. If I can indulge y'all for just a second. So this thing, if I recall, this is the stock that was basically the one CEO's like piggy bank. And I think they strip a bunch of stuff for parts or something, and it took like decades for it to recover in this chop. But just look, when something just chops out for a couple decades, and the narrative is still there, like, man, how do you, man, this is such a wild
Yeah.
chart. These are quarterly candles. Each one of these is 3 months.
Wow.
And it's just going for it. It's broken all-time highs. It's consolidated for multiple months. Talk, why don't we just long GE? Why are we bothering with the other stuff?
Talk
Split into
about
3. What was
maybe.
the third one? It was GV, G Vernova or whatever. GE Healthcare. Oh, and G. I'm a genius. The original one. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, absolutely insane. Just structurally good companies. Like, yeah, exactly. These are the most boring names, kind of, but you know what's not boring? Going up 200% in a year because you don't look at it and you don't need to because it never stresses you out. Eaton, absolutely amazing there. TDG, are they TransDime? Okay. Insane. PH, Parker Hannifin. Yeah, all of these firms are just, I couldn't tell you what the heck they do, but if that doesn't show you the great financialization of everything, like, holy moly. Yeah, I got to look into some of these because it's like, I can't buy them. Not here, but like maybe someday they do one of these flags and I get to buy them. Truly wild stuff. Yeah, GR jet engines. Yeah, don't make me look at Fix. I know Fix. All right, we'll look at Fix. So this is air conditioning, primarily cooling for like HVAC, cooling for data centers. Talk, you know how many times I balked at this chart? I balked at it in this run up in the 500s. Gapped up and I said, "Oh god, I can't look at it anymore." And I looked at it anyway and it was like up here and I was like, "Oh god. Do I buy it?" I didn't. Basically would have never went red. It just keeps on limping into support, then gapping up on earnings, limping into support and gapping up on earnings. This thing's absolutely insane. The volume that came in here too. Nutty. So this is why big prints are so
Nice
important,
chart.
guys. What a chart, right?
Yeah.
Big print came in right there. So look, you take the day where this massive oversized volume came in, you draw it out to the right. You don't have to chase. The point is, you want to see how this level reacts, because this could be a massive seller. This could be a massive seller unloading the boat, saying the move is done. I'm in from $100. I 10 bagged, good enough for me. But is that what we saw? No, we saw this level, projected it out. It flagged above it for a few days, came back down. Strong response off it. Strong response off it. So that's where hopefully you get in maybe on a break engulf there at 957 or something. If you don't, no worries, because now we've confirmed this is support, and now we can look for the pivot that just formed, lost, and reclaimed to backtest, and you get 2 nice entries there. And this day it might feel scary, but you know what? It doesn't matter how it feels if you put your stop under here and say, I am risking 4% for what is the projected range move from the base, bottom of the base there, to the left lip to be conservative. And this is how you frame good risk reward. You can say my target is a 2 times measured move. That's a 27% move. I'm willing to risk off of this moving average. That's a 4% risk off this swing low. You only need to be right 1 out of 10 of these, 1 out of 8 of these or whatever to be profitable. Say you're right half the time. Boom. So yeah, definitely don't get scared because something's just so strong that you feel like, well,
That's
if
nice
I
odds.
touch it, it'll die. What was that, Joe?
Nice odds with something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what's thinking in bets, right? That we always talk about. We're
Mm-hmm.
just trying to line up the probabilities so it works for us. So, for example, I'm long a bunch of stuff that's contingent on the market doing well. But you know what? I also got that hedge. So if I'm wrong, I'll get paid either way, hopefully. If I did my math right. HIMS, by the way, it's just limping here. This thing looks like it might pop tomorrow morning and die. So keep an eye out on the 16 handle. A retest of the 16 could be a short chance. Yeah, boring is good. Exactly. Boring is good. You know what stocks were boring in that they didn't cause me heart palpitations on a regular basis? Um, Micron was very boring in that regard. Wasn't boring looking at the percentage keep going up. You know, a lot of these easy trades. That's what I'm learning. Like, I'm stopping fighting myself so much. So much I try to work harder and go like, how can I solve this puzzle? What am I seeing? What is the secret here? If it's not screaming at me, why am I looking at it? You know, there's when there's charts out there screaming at you, play those. And if you're wrong, well, whatever. You know. Soul Sika, what's up, brother? Not too much. Pretty slow earnings day. We had HIMS report, a little bit of a shake and bake, down and up, basically pinned. Congratulations, market makers. Theta Gang wins. We had BWXT. That's a nuclear spinoff. They're pretty strong. Looking like they want to work their way on up through this 210, 220 pivot over the next week or so here. Kratos. They are a drone manufacturer, specifically they're aerospace and defense. They do both jets and kits to turn rockets into autonomous drones. Very cool technology if you're into killing people. Great company. Can't say anything bad about them besides the death. But you know, what can you do? Name of the game. So
Besides the death.
potential really nice setup still if it can hold that 90. I already got my death and destruction stock in ONDS though, so I gotta balance it out. So we're going to keep an eye on this 90 handle going into next week. Besides that, not too many big prints today. Biggest was probably HIMS. Kratos was the most important to me. Yeah, I got to get ready, man. You know, I got my silver, I got my copper, I got my what are we going to be stockpiling? Some critical rare earth minerals, perhaps. What else? We can load up on bullets and like tuna fish like cans. You know, build out bunkers, play the bunker angle. Joe, what do you think? What's your number one world's ending play?
Oh, geez. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna fold.
Yeah, I'm just gonna you
I'm
just
just gonna give up.
run over me, God.
I,
I'm done.
yeah, no, I'm going out to the
Take
beach.
me out. I like that. Okay, here's my play. All right, we hear the sirens. We hear the sirens. It's looking grim, boys. What do? We full port spy leaps. and then we evacuated. And you know what? Here's the beauty of it. In a couple days, you won't have anything to worry about either way.
Yeah.
In a month or two, you're going to be fine one way or
Yeah.
another. So,
The wife keeps buying 12 gauge rounds.
that's kind of cool. When your wife wants to buy pumps, she comes home with shotguns. That's neat. That's a keeper.
Yep.
Let's see. All right. Soul Seeker wants our
Nokia.
honest opinion. Nokia is
Yes.
climbing. I think it'll be a $10 stock at the end
It's
of
like this one.
2026. Thanks to NVIDIA investment in 6G rollout. It's a long-term hold. I think you're right. Let's talk about it. I was looking at it. I thank you for putting it back on my radar. I got distracted by shiny metals this past week, but they had good earnings and they're grinding. It's beautiful. So, can you buy it here? No. Can you look to buy it? Absolutely. So, let me wait for my volume profile to populate here. I'll pull it up on the other chart. Knock. All right, let's go full screen.
Man, it's been a while since I traded Nokia.
Sorry. I just realized going full screen like that, I just flashbanged like 100 people. Sorry about that. Blinding white mode here. Okay. What am I seeing? So first off, very important. This is very bullish because we were in a prolonged squeeze and now we are not. So I'm going to make these a little clearer for us so we can see that. All right. So these yellows here, the yellow dotted lines, yellow, orange, whatever you see, this is going to be our Bollinger Bands. Blue here are the Keltner bands. So Bollinger Bands, they move more rapidly. They're like an effective moving average compared to a simple moving average. So they're going to be looking back kind of with a finer tooth comb, so to speak, over the last previous period of price action. That means that they're going to respond first in both directions. So when we see compression here, the Keltners, they move slower, right? So the compression here, when it crosses under, it's in a squeeze, a TTM squeeze. That's what it's called. So what it means is that we are in compression. And what you look for is a break out of that. Then you're leaving the squeeze. And when you can sustain that, then you can get a really strong move. So you'll see the first time we tried to cross over, we rejected, but we just came back to the equilibrium. Always use 21 effective moving average as your equilibrium. Why? Well, it's literally the midpoint of these Bollinger Band and Keltner Band equations, as well as a lot of other ones. So what it tells us is, okay, we tried to break out the top. That's fine. We're going to test the mid zone. Mid zone held. We're going to try to break out the top again. Couldn't quite do it. Coming back, but the mid zone's holding. Well, kind of sloppy. Okay. Tested it one more time in the top. Still couldn't break through. Came back down, and this is the reload off the bottom. So see how it's like, it's getting like more and more juiced here. So now we're in another squeeze on the daily, and now we're really juicing. And now we juice down to the down. This is like such a hard thing to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it is, it's an expanding pattern here. It's a megaphone essentially. And so they're running stops in both directions.
Yeah, when I look at that chart, that is a tough one to play.
It's really tough.
I mean,
but here's what I wanted to show you guys. Look, once it finally can hold above this zone, I guess it did need to dip back even there. But the important part is, look, for the first time, this is just staying in a squeeze or out of the squeeze. It's like unleashed. So the yellow is over the blue now. And now we're in rip roaring mode. We can just keep on surging up. And where do we get capped? We're getting capped up at this Bollinger Band. So what we should see, we have a clear liquidity draw above. That's going to be sweeping this. Price really wants to do that. And we're going to be on rails going up between this, let's draw it out, between this expanding Bollinger Band like that and this Keltner channel. So we probably grind up like that, and these moving averages are going to catch up. And I would like to find a spot somewhere around there, probably around this price or even higher potentially. Or maybe it comes down first and we get in there. So let me clean that up. What I'm looking for is essentially buyers to be found in this kind of ribbon that's forming. So I think this is going to be a buy, and I think we're going to find a spot off this 9 somewhere. So keep an eye on this 9-day effective moving average. I do really like the look, and I bet if we're on the weekly here, yeah, this is cool too. So this is kind of
There we
how
go.
you can. I'm sorry.
There we go. That chart looks better
Okay,
on a
right on.
weekly.
Yeah, absolutely, right. Yeah, so that's a great point, Joe. Like sometimes you just got to flip through time frames till one
Mhm.
makes sense. So here, yeah, much cleaner in terms of it was a longer term setup because it was reloading off of this ribbon pretty clearly. So now we are running a little hot on the weekly, but here's the thing: if this is real, if we're ready for the big move, and the daily seems still on board, then we can get one of these, a weekly squeeze, where see if it can hold over the weekly Bollinger Band. It can really, really rip. And I believe it usually goes to the monthly Bollinger Band. But the monthly actually, well, so this is an interesting one because the monthly was actually under deep consolidation because it had been compressing for so long. So really interesting, powerful setup that looks like it might be starting to leave a stage 2 base. And the stage 2 base is when you have a top like that and a bottom roughly like that. So essentially a long period of sideways action. And now we're starting to see a sign of strength here. And that's a Wyckoff term. Basically, the SOS appears up into the top of the box here as it's starting to work its way and find acceptance in the top of this zone, this top of this big box. And then it can push on and expand up very rapidly. So I think you're right. This is, to me, I'm seeing nothing telling me this doesn't want to go higher. It's just a matter of picking your spot so you can define your risk. Because, 20, 30% of the time, stocks that look this good will just fail. And if you are buying up here, well, if it's one of that 30% of the time, instead of a 10% stop, you might take a 20, 30% stop. What if you're just playing under the swing low? That's a 20% stop. So, yeah. Let's see. Talk. Is Gemini a word? It is now, brother. You coined it.
Yeah, it looks like Nokia is in kind of switching over into like AI cloud infrastructure.
Yeah, really cool pivot, right?
So yeah,
And I remember people talking about this
I mean they
$4
need
saying the
something.
same thing. So it can take a while for the narrative to kind of, or for the chart to catch up to the narrative, but I don't think the Bulls were wrong down here. I think he just took their sweet time. So, man, it's a good chart. It's a good chart. No complaints. Like I said, yeah, watch that 9-day. And one more thing, I should check the volume profile here. That's what I was forgetting. Big node at 760 building. So you want to dip down maybe into this low volume node of 722. Call it 720 to 740-ish. That's the kind of band I would look for. Yeah, not too shabby. Okay. Mike, stand up, check your lap. I guarantee. I guarantee if you're anything like me, it's hidden in the magical zone that somehow is on your lap, but you won't see it until you stand up. There's secret alpha for you there. Oh goodness.
Oh my god.
SNPS. We're talking about SNPS. Let's take a look. God, that looks bad. I don't like it. Don't like it. So what I see is compression. This is not compression that's screaming bullish. So when I see this compression, it looks a lot like the opposite of this compression. So yeah, this one, it looks like every time it's down here, it's like really wanting to go up. And then up here, it's like one big seller that's bopping it, and then it's getting swarmed up. One big seller swarmed up. When I look at SNPS, I'm seeing the opposite. I'm seeing they're swarming to short it here. And this is like a rising trend line here. To me, this looks like it wants to puke down. TBH. What else we got? Still hunting in the afters. Oh no, that's the worst. When it's like, I'm sure that there is a space-time continuum disruption in my room, and this letter just fell into a wormhole because I'm sure. Yeah, maybe it's in the guitar. Check in the hole. I don't know. All right. What else we got? Yeah. 2 ears, one mouth.
Yeah,
You don't got to tell us that. 2 ears, one mouth, and one eye for some of us. Oh boy. All
talk
right,
about a
guys.
trader today. NCI that was my play today.
Is that Mike or
In
nickel? What is the phonetic alphabet for N?
nickel.
Nickel. That
Yeah,
works.
we'll go with nickel.
We'll go with nickel. All right. Which one is it? Is that NCI that you were looking at?
Yeah, NCI. NCI
Almost said,
ALUR was another one, but I didn't trade that one.
almost said nickel quarter. Wait, how do you spell
You look at
quarter?
the
All right. Wow.
if you
Wow.
want to take a look at a little bit of the small cap. I think
Yeah. Yeah. I
I,
didn't have any FOMO today, Joe. Let's fix that.
I
Let's fix that.
this one was yeah, this could have went both ways. I mean, like it did go both ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this daily chart was low hanging fruit. It started off on
Oh,
the
the low
day.
hanging. What could you run us through the low hanging fruit real quick?
Yeah, so let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
the low hanging fruit is like it's a day it you know it's a day where the stocks opening lower, and you're looking to short into resistance.
Okay, so to
So
clarify, when you say opening lower, you're saying, okay, previous open was 594. It opened down at 569. Is that
let
the
me get this.
lower open that you're talking about?
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you're looking at like um I gotta my platform, I told you, Steve, like every
Yeah.
ticker I
I know
type in, every time I move it, it takes 3 seconds. It's like killing me.
you're struggling.
Right.
I'm your eyes, Joe.
But
What time frame
yeah.
you want?
So it ran to on the 20th. Was that last week on Friday?
Yeah.
I think it ran after hours to like above 10, $11.
Insane. Yeah. This is all
So
after
you're
hours right here.
yeah. So it's coming down. Just getting beat down, beat down, beat down. Um, And then the thing of it is that in pre-market though, it popped and got a nice push. That technically kind of was a good place to look into the shorts, because
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the levels here at 850. At that point 9, I don't want to see it getting above that,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
it's a great risk to reward area to place um, a fantasy order.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
on small share size, they're easy to do. Small share size, you place a fantasy order. Um, Lots of times on these low floats, sometimes it'll top tick,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
Beautiful.
you get it. So I didn't do that today. So it
Yeah.
came back down, and it's holding under yesterday's close. Um, I'm still looking for this primarily short, but at the same time, we don't have to worry about SSR with trade the pool necessarily, but the stock had already triggered SSR.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be easy to take it down. Um,
Right. So
so
SSR, for
y-
those who aren't familiar, that's going to be short seller protection essentially. So they
mhm,
limit the short selling for a certain period of time, right?
yep,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah,
So then, what does that mean when we still see it selling? Is that just meaning, like, what kind of cohort of traders is still involved in shorting this? If the like, you know what I'm kind of saying?
yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as obviously the small cappers are looking at this because they're looking at the fact that I mean, some small cappers long will be looking for an SSR bounce,
Got it. Yeah.
because SSR is on. So they'll look for that dip, those holds, and for it to come back. And that's kind of what it did at the open. It got back above yesterday's close. It's holding VWAP. It's grinding higher. Those grind higher. That's where shorts are getting in, but they're starting to tumble over each other a little bit.
Yeah.
They might be getting in too big a size, and what some guys do, they end up, it's their sizing. It's not sustainable for their emotions.
Exactly.
They end up too big, so then they end up stopping out, and you see those big spikes, but then it comes right back down.
Boom.
So
Yeah.
really looking into this pre-market high, I was kind of wanting to get short in that area. I neglected to take the long earlier, at open. I
Yeah.
had too many other things going on, but I
That's
start getting in short. Yeah.
I love waiting for the short. I don't think even getting long is good risk reward.
Hmm.
Like once it's already pushed pre-market, like all the reasons you were talking about there. And yeah,
Yeah.
that pre-market, I love this. So guys, oh, this is after hours. I'm sorry. And this is pre-market. Ah, I see, I
Hmm.
see, I see. Okay, yeah. So the after hours push there. That's a good one. So the last, I like looking at the range formed in the last half hour sometimes, and also the first half hour that the New York algorithms turn on. So what would that be? Like 8 o'clock, basically.
Hmm.
So that's the kind of area where I like to see
Yep.
an intermediary high or low form that I can kind of play off of a break of that. That's a very common setup for me in terms of a kind of bread and butter day trade. It's like, okay, watch that pre-market high. If we pop it, back test, you can long that. If we reject that, well, then that might be a sign that we're looking for the bottom, the other side of that move. You might get a expansion washout, kind
Hmm.
of like this, where we push up, couldn't quite get the tick, but then pump down, lose the low. It's a good look there. It is 2 o'clock, and unfortunately, I got to run to an appointment
Yep.
right now. Otherwise, I would chat more, guys. But this was so much fun, Joe. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Always great to be here with you guys. So I think tomorrow, we've got Home Depot, SEG reporting before market opens, after the close, Zeta, Kava,
Ooh,
FSLR, Lucid, or um, and HP. As far as just a quick, we ran DPZ dominoes for the prediction challenge today, and tomorrow, I'll post it in the Discord chat and also in the YouTube chat as well, as far as the uh, prediction ticker challenge. Don't forget to do that, because we only got a week left, and it doesn't hurt, and it's fun. So
love it. Well, thank you so much, Joe. Always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Tyler, Michael, Talk, all the regulars, and all the new folks. Thank you so much. Don't miss us tomorrow morning. You know where to find us. Michael Noss and Big Money Mitch in the morning. We got the scanners in the afternoon. We got good stuff. We got me in the in the afternoon too. So I
got
do have
the
to run right now. But thank you so much, guys. We are going to be back at it tomorrow. And Joe, I'll see you then too.
yeah,
Take care,
brother.
guys.
Take care, guys.